Looking at Nate's old Jeep right here, these headlights have been on here for about 5 years. We did the retrofit back in or maybe 2013 or so. But just recently they have stopped working completely. The problem is not just with the left or just with the right light. Both of them are not working. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple items that play a role in that and help you guys with a little bit of troubleshooting, give you guys a little bit of tips on the things that you can look for to diagnose and help us help you fix that issue. So first things first is that when both of the lights are not working anymore, it is highly likely that the issue actually lies with the relay harness, because the relay harness is the component that actually controls both lights at the same time, whereas the ballasts, the bulbs, the igniters, those all work completely independent of one another, and therefore it's extremely unlikely that both of them or all of the stuff has failed at the exact same time. So when we're looking at the relay harness here, there's two things in particular that we're going to want to check out. First of which is the input connector. That is the connector that actually receives the on-off signal from the vehicle. Has it came loose? Is it corroded? Is there something wrong with it? Has the pins backed out? That's the first thing. Second thing is actually the relay harness. In this case, since it's a moto control harness, it has one relay that controls both lights. Now, if you're using an HD relay harness, there is an independent relay for each light, so chances are it's not the relay harness if you have an HD, but it could very well be the moto control relay if it's a bi-xenon harness. So we'll go ahead and check these things out here. Condition of the OEM connector seems to be okay. I mean, it's definitely a little bit dirty from being on here, but I don't see any issues with it. It is still completely connected here. None of the pins seem to be backed out, and there's no major rust or anything like that on there. In terms of the relay harness, the relay here, I mean, it has been vertically mounted, so that's a good sign. There's probably not much corrosion issue. Connector seemed a little bit loose, so I wonder if that's the issue here, but not sure. So we'll go ahead and just try and plug that back in all the way. Let's see if I can get this connected. This is an older harness. These connectors are a little bit more finicky. Go ahead and get that locked in. Push the boot back up. That's that. Awesome, so both the lights are working now. Before we got them working again, just to remind you guys, got to take a look at that original input connector, the one that controls the input to the harness. Make sure that's in good shape, no corrosion. We found no problems there. Now, with the moto control relay, we did find that that was just simply loose. It's not impossible for that part to simply be bad, and in which case we can certainly get you a replacement regardless of which generation harness you have. In our case, again, it was just loose, plugged it back in, good to go. Now, I didn't even get to it, but the last thing that I would have checked, should I have found no problems with the relay, would be the connection both to the ground or the positive terminal of the battery, or of course even the fuse, which is possible to have blown. So again, input connector, relay on the harness, or the fuse and or positive and ground terminals to the battery if no lights are working at all.